Good morning.
Oh, we're on. Hey, people.
I asked you if you were ready.
I was ready. I'm just being goofy. No, I
Imagine that.
can't be goofy?
You can, and you are.
Oh, okay.
On a regular basis.
That's convenient.
Yeah, exactly. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, bud?
My chest is heavy.
It's heavy again today?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
You guys can probably hear it. I sound like I'm sick, but I don't feel sick. I can't breathe. Other than that, I'm fine.
Congested.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. My chest is just a little heavy. So how was your workout?
Not too bad.
No?
No, I think I'm still don't have my full strength back yet.
Yeah, and when I took so we bring towels to the gym with us when we go, and I take them out of the gym bag and throw new ones in every morning, and when I did that today, your gloves got caught up in the towels, and so you didn't have your gloves, and you said you ended up having to change your workout a little bit.
Well, because my ring, which I don't like to take off, when the gloves are there, it's got a padding, so I don't, so I don't feel it. But without the gloves, it was, pinching.
A little challenging, yeah. What did you do today? What did you work out?
So today was back, and I did some calves.
Oh, you did? I didn't see you do calves.
Yeah, I did calves too. Yeah, so which was good. Did I put that in already?
I don't know the answer to that. What are you asking?
AMLA.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't think I did.
Well, then you should do it again.
Yes.
I did chest today. I didn't have a really great workout because I can't breathe.
Right.
But other than that, it was fine.
Yeah.
So that was good. I was glad we went.
Well, we're definitely on the backside of this little cold that we've had.
Yeah, so whatever it is you brought home.
Whatever it is I brought home, no doubt.
So I got asked yesterday, I was at an event last night, and someone came up to me and was like, oh, we watch your videos, it's so fun, whatever. And she said, but I have to know, how do you fit everything in? How does your schedule work that you're able to get in, working out and doing these videos and eating a healthy breakfast and, running your companies, because obviously between us, we have 3 companies we're running.
Right.
And so I thought maybe we'd share with you guys kind of what the structure of our day looks like. Breakfast. You're having your regular oatmeal.
A regular oatmeal, yes.
I'm having an apple with some peanut butter today because I have a lunch meeting at 11:30, and if I'm going to eat lunch at 11:30, I can't have a big, heavy breakfast now.
You have no appetite by then.
And I was disappointed that this apple, it says organic, but it was covered in so much wax, I actually had to scrub it to get the wax off of it.
So I think that's a research project.
Yeah, we have to find out what is the deal with stuff being organic but having wax on it.
Right.
So anyway, I'll look into that and let you guys know. But to go back to our schedule, I wanted to kind of give you guys the rundown of how our days are typically scheduled. And obviously there are differences depending upon what comes up with work. But typically this is what it looks like. Our alarm goes off. Well, and I told you before, I'm going to start with the night before. We have an alarm for 8:55 that goes off that says go to bed. So because it tells us stop doing what you're doing and get ready for bed. So that our day starts by going to bed on time. And I think that is a super important point. I think a lot of people stay up at night and they don't go to bed.
Plus all the research that we've seen, and we've known this for years because we both, even before we met, both had a very regimented what time we go to bed at night.
Yeah.
Is that your body wants to be on a schedule.
Yeah.
And your body will do better when it's on a schedule.
So we sleep from 10 to 6. Our alarm in the morning is set for 5:56. Sometimes we're already awake, sometimes we're not.
Right.
What do you need?
Oh, you did that already. You're right on top of things.
I took care of it. Your coffee's on.
You're right on top.
The alarm goes off at 5:56, and then I turn the alarm off because it's on my side of the bed, so I turn it off. And the first thing we do is reconnect as a couple. We spend probably about 10 minutes snuggling, waking up. I'm already very awake. I go from dead asleep to completely awake.
It takes me 3 days.
He's very asleep for a while.
Yes.
We snuggle and I say good morning and whatever, reconnect as a couple a little bit, and then check our phones, see if there's any crazy emails that have happened, and we usually get out of bed between 6:20 and 6:30, and then we get ready, get dressed, do whatever. We leave for the gym 10 of 7 o'clock, something like that. It depends upon the day, and then we're at the gym from then until we leave the gym about 8:30.
Right.
Typically, sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later, depending upon how our workout goes.
Yeah, I think we use 8:30 as a parameter.
We do. At 8:30, I'm usually walking up to him going, are you done yet? Because I'm ready to leave.
I'm like, one more set.
Exactly. So leave the gym at 8:30. We get home, and you guys know we usually do this about 9 o'clock,
Between 9 and
9:15,
9:15, yeah.
something like that. And so we're making breakfast, and then we will be done with breakfast usually by about 9:30, 9:45, and then we shower and we start our day.
Right.
I typically try to not schedule clients appointments before 10 o'clock.
That's what I use.
Usually I use 10 o'clock for my first phone call. If I'm going to do either a Skype or a Zoom or any kind of video call, I try to do those no earlier than 10:30 to give myself a chance to get showered and look professional, because obviously I can't do my professional work looking like an athlete. Although some of my clients who watch these tell me, I don't care if you look like an athlete. So some of them have actually given me the okay as long as I'm not in the office. Well, I mean,
special permission.
I feel like if it matters, like your image matters. It
Yes.
just does. And my professional image is not this.
Mm-hmm.
My professional image is much more put together, because if you're going to be a high performance coach, you have to look high performance.
This is our fun. This is our helping people if we can.
Yeah.
Fun thing.
This is gym rat.
Yeah.
You guys get gym rat in the morning.
That's right.
So yeah, typically first phone meeting not before 10. First video meeting not before 10:30. If possible. There are exceptions. I've had speaking engagements. You guys know if I have a speaking engagement that it's earlier than that.
Right.
Sometimes
the
and that
client
happens.
is only available at a certain time. You have to meet
Yep.
those.
I had a speaker client over the summer that the only time he was available to meet was at 8 o'clock in the morning. And
Right.
so on those days, I just ended up not going to the gym. And for that period of time when I was working with that client, I worked out on the weekends.
Right.
So we eat lunch usually 2:30.
1:30 is when I start looking. I mean, so I am also programmed to the clock, and we've talked about that. But
Lobby and eating.
Right, but I will look at around 1:30 when I want to try to, because I'm also trying to stay on the schedule.
Right.
That's part of it, right? So
And I don't think about lunch. If he never came into my office and said, "Hey, are you ready to eat?" I would forget to eat lunch till like 4,
Right.
because I get busy. I get doing stuff. I'm writing. I'm dealing with clients, doing whatever I'm doing, and I won't think about lunch. So I need him to say, "Hey, are we eating lunch?" And sometimes I say, "No, I'm busy," and sometimes, more often than not, I do come down and eat lunch with him.
Right.
And then we do more work.
Yeah.
We typically, it depends upon the day. Sometimes we are done at 5, and sometimes we work till 7.
Depends on what has to get done.
It really depends
Yeah.
upon how much work we have to do. And if we have a networking event, you guys know, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you know that I post R&R in the car pictures when we go to networking events. You will see one this afternoon because we have a networking event. If you're available, is it the Newcastle
It's
County
the Newcastle
Chamber?
County's last, well, if you're a member, free networking event at noon, or it's supposed to be at noon, but this happens to be at 3
I
o'clock.
thought it was at 3.
Well, that's
Oh,
it. They
this
call
one
it.
is-
They call it the networking at noon or something.
Oh,
like
do
that.
they?
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that, or lunchtime networking. I don't know.
Whatever it is. So it's at 3 at Ted's, which you guys know, Ted's is our favorite place to go for happy hour. So we
Right.
can't miss the networking event at Ted's.
Right, exactly.
So if you're around and you want to join us for networking at 3 to 5 at
Right.
Ted's, that's where we'll be. So you'll
And
see an R&R in the car.
And I believe if you're not a member, it's $15. So even that's not.
That's not
It's good
bad.
networking.
Yeah.
Stay late, still a bit later for happy hour if you want. Have a great happy
We'll
hour.
introduce you to our favorite bartenders.
There you go.
But so yeah, in the afternoon after lunch, we work. We have client schedules. I know you've been wanting to shoot some video, although
Yeah.
because I sound like I should work for a 900 number, I can't really do that right now.
Right.
But we do that kind of thing in the afternoon, and then when we get done, we eat dinner. And if you if you've liked the R&R Journey page, you know that I cook on weekends. And so when I cook enough, usually for 6 to 8 meals. So we have roasted red pepper soup in the fridge right now. The weekend before that, I made chili, and the weekend before that, I made shepherd's pie.
Right.
And so typically we will eat whatever I made on the weekend for dinner, and we'll add, maybe we'll add beans to it, or we'll, quinoa or whatever. But so I make something on the weekend that we can then eat
throughout the week
for dinner or for lunch, and then we'll have a salad or make something else. So we don't cook typically on weeknights, because by the time we get, especially if we work till 7 o'clock, who wants to start cooking at that point?
Right. Or if we're cooking, it's pulling in the ingredients that we pre-made over the weekend like sometimes I'll make pasta. And I'll take,
Right.
You have made beans, and I'll just throw the beans in some pasta sauce and some mushrooms and whatever.
Yeah, so we're not making a whole
Throw
meal.
my Italian out there.
Yeah, there you go.
You know.
It's already done. It's just, basically heat it up, or,
Right.
make some pasta or make some
Right.
quinoa if we don't have any made.
Right.
So I think that's part of what makes this work for us, is that I do a lot of cooking of a foundational thing on the weekend, and then we can just eat it with some other stuff. And I know I keep promising you guys I'm going to make a list of staples we have in the house so that you guys know what we have, and you can go and have a grocery list. I haven't done it. That hasn't fit into the schedule yet, but I will do it. It won't be today because I'm booked
Right.
solid
We're crazy
today.
today, yes.
But I'll get to it. If not before, by the weekend, I'll make a list of staples and post it on the R&R Journey page so that you guys can start having some of this stuff, the quinoa, the brown rice, the beans, the wheat pasta or the lentil pasta, those kind of things. So you too, if you want to, can start doing this. And it's not as hard as it seems. It's really not. I know I had somebody say that to me this week. They were like, I couldn't do that because I just don't know what to eat. Well, that's the learning curve.
It's a learning curve.
That's
There
what we're
is.
trying to help is with the learning curve.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's what I wanted to share today. I know it's going to be a short one, but that's because I have to run off to this lunch meeting. So we need to go ahead and eat. And
We need to wrap it up.
Need to wrap it up. But, please do like our page, the R&R Journey page. Share our videos with people you think are interested in better health and nutrition and wellness. And like, subscribe, all that fun stuff they always say. Do that for us.
Right.
We really appreciate that.
And,
appreciate your support. And take our survey.
And send your questions.
Yes, and send your questions.
Yeah, so your inquiries as they were.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we'll look into, I'll make a note to look into wax that they put on organic fruit and what the deal is with that and how to get it off. Because I literally scrubbed it because I know what apples should feel like, and it was waxy.
It wasn't like that. It wasn't, whoa, slipped right off the apple.
That's not how it should be. I've picked apples fresh from the tree. That's not how they grow.
Okay.
So, and as we always say, which we got from the documentary In Defense of Food.
Yes. We always say is eat food.
Not too much.
Mostly plants. Sorry, folks. I totally spaced out on that one.
You're such a blonde.
Because I started thinking about the documentary.
So try again. Do it again.
All right. So we'll try this one more time. Eat food.